Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to the Terror in the Isles Challenge. This is a segment I'm doing with my good friend Joe the Horror Man, where we're examining films from Terror in the Isles. Not only the theatrical cut, but the television cut as well. Today we're going to be talking about The Howling. The Howling is a 1981 film which runs approximately 91 minutes and is directed by Joe Dante. Now, he was responsible for Inner Space, Gremlins, and Small Soldiers. Now, this stars Dee Wallace as Karen White. She was in 13 Fanboy, Cujo, and E.T. Patrick McNee is Dr. Wagner. He passed away on June 25th, 2015 at the age of 83. He was in A View to a Kill, Eye of the Widow, and a ton of TV. And Dennis Dugan as Chris. He was in Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, and Grown Ups 2. Now, the budget on this was $1 million, and this had a worldwide gross of just shy of $18 million. Now, this also stars John Carradine and Dick Miller. And this was actually Dick Miller's favorite movie that he has done, or that he had done. Which says a lot because he just pops up everywhere. Okay, this one has a pretty simple premise. This is about Karen White. She is a news reporter. She has a husband. And she is actually working on a story about Eddie the Mangler. Now, she meets Eddie and kind of sets him up to do a news report on him. Meanwhile, he kind of traumatizes her and gets shot and killed at the same time. Or at least you think he's dead. He does pop up later in the film. Now, she's traumatized. She's having trouble having relations with her husband. She's also having trouble being on television. It's just what he did to her is very traumatizing. And I'll admit, when I was a kid and watched this, I thought it was pretty bad. Of course, I've seen a lot worse since then, but yeah. So anyway, she goes to see a psychiatrist, and he wants her to go to a kind of like a retreat for a bunch of people who just happen to turn out to be werewolves. I'm going to leave the plot there. You guys pretty much know what happens from there. This, in my opinion, is probably one of the most divisive films for every horror fan. Usually people are team American Werewolf in London or team The Howling. And I've noticed that a lot. I've always been team The Howling. I always liked the werewolf design a little bit better. But I have to say, after watching both, because I did watch both with Joe for this challenge, and we reviewed An American Werewolf in London, now we're reviewing this, I actually think I like American Werewolf in London a little bit better. That's kind of a weird thing for me because I've always loved The Howling. It's always been not my favorite werewolf film. I do like Late Phases more than any of the other ones. But like I said, I've always been team The Howling. So kind of realizing that after watching them, not back to back, but close enough to be able to figure out which one I like better. It's going to be American Werewolf in London. But I do prefer the werewolf design on The Howling. Definitely, yeah. I'm going to get to my relatable recommendation. And that's going to be a very, very underrated werewolf film, in my opinion, called Whir. Now, this, of course, is about a werewolf, or at least that's what it's led you to believe. And this is also about a TV reporter who wants to do an interview with this so-called werewolf, or get close enough to make her famous. This is a fantastic film. It is done found footage style, if I'm not mistaken. Has been a while since I've seen it, but this is probably top 10 werewolf movies for me. And there's a lot that I do like Ginger Snaps and Late Phases and Dog Soldiers and stuff like that. But Whir is a fantastic, fantastic werewolf movie, in my opinion. Check out Whir. Don't forget to check out The Howling. And check out Joe's review and see what he picked as a recommendation. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.